Today on Florida Sport Fishing. CV Boats presents Florida Sport Fishing, television for the avid angler. Powered by Mercury Marine.
There's a sailfish, already got a bite. Ridiculous.
Another one on, another one on. Woo! Nice, that's what it's all about right there. Yeah. Oh, look at that, look at that.
Florida Sport Fishing utilizes and proudly endorses Ghost, the global leader in boat security, monitoring, tracking, and surveillance. VMC, tired of missed strikes? Fish the hooks the pros fish. Fish VMC. Fortress, the world's best anchor. Stronger, faster, lighter. MotorGuide, the most dependable trolling motors on the water. And Stingray Tackle, shop where the pros shop. Shop at stingraytackle.com.
Hey guys, welcome to Florida Sport Fishing TV. We've got a really awesome episode in store for you. We've decided to add an exciting new concept to our lineup each season. With the introduction of our Extreme Seminar series, we're going to be selecting one offshore game fish based on popularity and discussing all of the fundamentals required to make you a more successful angler. Florida Sport Fishing TV is about the details. Our Extreme Seminar series is about the tactics and techniques required to keep you hooked up. Today's lesson is all about king mackerel. If there were ever a single underrated offshore species that deserved recognition, it would have to be a king mackerel. Also known as kingfish or kings, these ferocious monsters range in size from 8 to 12 pound snakes, which are quite common, to once-in-a-lifetime smokers eclipsing an astonishing 70 pounds in weight. The dream of battling and boating such a trophy is what keeps many of us coming back for more. Streamlined torpedoes with tiny scales, small fins, and a forked tail, kings are built for speed, often skyrocketing 10 feet out of the water on helpless kite baits before peeling off 100 yards of line on an initial blistering run. One look at the business end of the king mackerel's menacing jaw, and it's easy to see that these eating machines are top predators designed to kill. Kingfish are voracious carnivores capable of catching and severing nearly anything in their path. Depending on the fish's size, preferred prey may range from 5-inch sardines to 5-pound bonita. Within a year, kingfish reach 3 to 4 pounds. However, little is known about fish in this size class. By age 7, females reach 20 pounds, with males little more than half that size. Like many migratory game fish, most king mackerel are females. For anglers around the state, catching kings is a year-round pastime with peak seasons dictated by predictable migration patterns. With two main bodies of fish, the Gulf of Mexico group ranges from Texas to Tampa from November through March, with spawning rituals primarily taking place during the summer off the northern Gulf Coast. The Atlantic migration of kingfish is abundant off North Carolina in spring, and head south into Florida waters from May through August before returning north. Got a nice king mackerel here.
Look at that bend in that rod.
Yep.
Awesome blank right there.
Oh yeah. Woo! Nice job.
Nice job.
Dude,
Huge
that's
king.
a stud, dude. Yeah. The big kingfish, big king mackerel. That's a pig. Fish has got to be 25, 28 pounds. Came up, crushed one of Steve's kite baits. That's the kind of fish you want in a tournament right there.
The award-winning Z Performance line from CV raises the bar. It's not just fast. It's not just fuel efficient. The CVZ is the entire package. It offers the perfect balance, safe, predictable handling during hard turns and at high speed. And most importantly, the Z stays on plane at lower speeds, so it can comfortably handle anything Mother Nature can dish out. Experience the exhilarating ride of the CVZ. Schedule a sea trial today.
Chaos is tragic. Chaos can be awesome.
Yo, another one on, another one on! 3 on, baby!
With Chaos Fishing, it's your rod, your way. Quality components and personalized service from a legendary builder equal the right rod at the right price every time. Shop online for a complete selection of serious fishing equipment. Or visit Chaos's new superstore and receive a free t-shirt with every rod purchased. Chaos Fishing, gear matters.
I'm Larry Roberts for Underwater Fish Light, the amazing line of underwater lights that are actually guaranteed to attract fish or your money back. It's easy to use them to catch more fish at your favorite spot or light up the water around your waterfront home and enjoy the show. They work beautifully in fresh or salt water, and best of all, the fish and your satisfaction are 100% guaranteed. Visit fishlight.com today to learn more.
Want more power and increased towing capacity? California Customs goes beyond the hitch. Let us transform your truck into the ultimate tow vehicle. 2- and 4-wheel drive, California Customs does it all. Towing accessories and load control systems, lift and leveling kits, custom wheels and tires, performance upgrades, toolboxes, and bed covers, plus all of your audio, lighting, and security needs. California Customs. Let us make your vehicle what you really wanted all along.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Florida Sport Fishing TV and our Extreme Seminar series. If you're just joining us, we're talking about king mackerel. We've discussed the kingfish's voracious feeding habits. We've talked about these fish's predictable migration patterns, but you know what? None of that matters much if you can't get to them. And that's exactly where today's high-performance offshore center consoles, like our mercury-powered CV, enter the kingfish catching equation.
Oh yeah, come on, baby. Mike just got cut off, and I think that maybe the same fish, I just took it. So. I see color.
It's a good one.
Got him. He's about 18, 19.
Yeah, he's a good one.
Dude, he's long. Look at that. Look at the teeth on that thing. Today's outboard-powered open fishermen allow crews targeting kingfish to employ various tactics and reach distant waters only dreamed of in the not-so-distant past. We now have more horsepower and range than ever before, greatly broadening our search area on any given day, regardless of sea conditions. Speed is important because with big money on the line, it's not uncommon for tournament crews to traverse 100 miles of open water in search of a single winning fish. And it's the team who gets on the bite first that often catches the dominant fish and emerges victorious. Sophisticated fish finding and navigation equipment are also critical to successful king mackerel fishing by providing helmsmen a clear picture of the aquatic world beneath them. Seasoned king mackerel pros constantly monitor depth, water temperature, speed, and direction of drift. They also look for the presence of bait fish and structure, both clear signs indicating the target species may be close by. An additional accessory that completes the perfect king mackerel killing machine is ample live well space for a variety of different baits. This is especially important when live chumming, where dozens of juvenile liveys are periodically tossed over the side. The result is often an all-out feeding frenzy. Downriggers and outriggers are also essential tools for presenting tempting baits at various levels in the water column depending on prevalent conditions. You may not need or use them every day, but when you do need them, they are priceless. And of course, you can't say enough about the correct rod holder configuration. Being able to effectively and efficiently fish multiple lines when kite fishing, drifting, or trolling is absolutely vital to consistent kingfish success. Way up there. Still going?
Good one, yeah, it's a good fish.
Nice job, dude. It's so important to fish these baits all around the boat. You know, you never know which one's gonna get crushed. This has been a good drift. We've had a few good king bites.
Killer drift.
Looks like this might be another kingfish here. There's a little bit of current right offshore of us here, and they're like right on the edge of that current break. Looks like a nice king. Decent king. All right, that's a good, dude, that's a good fish right there. That is a good fish. Oh yeah. So we just picked another nice king here. And that's what we're looking for, fish in the 20s, 30s, hopefully even in the 40s. This one's got some shoulders, nice and long. I mean, look at that mouth, dude. Look at that. We're fishing not too kinky titanium wire, and I think you can see why. If we were not fishing wire, that thing would chop you off, and once that thing would chop your hand off.
Mr. Nasty.
Dude, Mr. Nasty is right. I mean, look at them teeth. That's what I love about kingfish. They're such modified killing machines. Awesome.
Pros Tip, presented by Pelagic High Performance Offshore Gear, official apparel of Florida Sport Fishing TV.
Hi, and welcome to this episode's Pros Tip. I hope you're enjoying our King Mackerel episode. Hey, I wanted to take a quick break from the action and just talk to you about something that's really important to anglers all over the state of Florida, especially novices and newcomers to our sport. Regardless if you're fishing inshore or offshore, proper hook selection is absolutely essential. But there's so many hooks out there. How do you know which is the right hook for the job? A couple of things to consider. The purpose of the hook. How are you intending on fishing with that hook? Is it going to be with a natural bait, cut bait, or an artificial bait? Something that you really have to pay attention to. The size of the hook. Use a hook that's big enough to get the job done, but not too big to where it's going to hinder the movement of a live bait or become too visible to a keen-eyed predator. So again, that's something to consider. The shape and style of the hook. If you're over on the Gulf Coast or targeting billfish, I'll tell you what, inline circle hooks are the way to go, and they're absolutely mandatory in certain applications. Octopus style hooks that are offset, that's what our choice is when we're targeting king mackerel. They grab that fish every time. It's a perfect choice for a wide variety of applications. Small shank tuna hooks, easy to hide in a bait, important for a predator with such great eyesight. Again, take all of these things into consideration. The cost of the hook. Hooks aren't cheap, but remember, you get what you pay for. Stay away from that cheap stuff. It's gonna bend and you're gonna lose fish. We fish VMC hooks. You know, fortunately, they're using modern materials like vanadium steel to create hooks that are stronger yet thinner than ever before. That increases your catch ratio, it increases your hookup ratio, makes your live baits as natural as possible, and I'll tell you what, at the end of the day, you're gonna be a more successful angler. That's what we want right there. He is not happy. How'd you like to get your...
Oh! He scratched the camera, dude.
Just cruises through the water, sees a bait, rushes off, picks it off, and that is the end of that bait.
Mercury engine test.
Fuel efficiency you can rely on. It's good to have Mercury behind you.
So, you're looking for a place to go on vacation, where the water is warm and the nights are hot. A place to remember. A place to get lost. Or blend in with the crowd. A place that defines your individuality. A place to test your skill at something new. A place that feels like home away from home. Visit Jacksonville, Florida.
Introducing SeaDeck, a shock-absorbent, non-skid material manufactured from UV-protected foam specifically formulated for marine applications. SeaDeck's comfortable and durable surface protects your deck, reduces noise, and improves the look and value of any boat. Available in a range of colors, SeaDeck is fully customizable and easy to apply with a marine-grade peel and stick adhesive. Visit SeaDeck.com for a complete line of retail products. Surprisingly affordable, incredibly versatile. Tired of empty coolers? Book an overnight trip aboard the 100-foot Yankee Captains to the world-famous dry Tortugas and catch trophy snapper, grouper, king mackerel, and more. Fishing these rich waters for 25 years, let Captain Greg Mercurio and his dedicated crew put you on a hot bite. Fish around the clock or relax on the spacious upper deck. With full galley and huge fish boxes, the only thing you'll need to bring is your appetite for action. Now sailing from Key West, Florida, year-round.
Mercury engine test.
Speed and acceleration you can rely on. It's good to have Mercury behind you.
While popular from coast to coast with anglers of all ages and skill levels, king mackerel can be successfully targeted with a wide variety of tackle, ranging from lightweight fly rods to heavy-duty 50-pound class stand-up gear. Effective tactics include trolling, kite fishing, drifting, and chumming. In any venue, what's extremely important are silky smooth drag systems and bulletproof connections with needle-sharp hooks and titanium wire leader, as toothy kings are notorious for exploiting any weak link. Got crushed on the long bait and unfortunately got wrapped around the rod tip. Managed to get it free. One of the other guys was holding the rod, and as the fish took off, just totally backlashed the reel. Nice king.
You got him?
Yeah, nice king. You might want to grab a gaff.
Right here.
Real nice king. Oh, solid fish in the teens. Fatty. Nice. Nice. BMC 70 octopus. Got him, baby.
Works every time.
Got him. Not a monster, but I'll tell you what.
No,
He's
that's
in the
healthy,
high teens, dude. Maybe 20.
Nothing wrong with that.
A little gory. But hey, that was destined for the smoker.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Blood brother.
Literally, slimy blood brother.
All right. Hey, that's it right there. You got him?
Yeah, I got him.
That's what slow trolling gogs is all about, baby. Hey, what an absolutely awesome fish. Look at that. He's fat.
Yeah, he's got a little weight to him, too.
Nice, lively one right there. I tell you what, guys, we're fishing live goggle eyes today, slow trolling, but another killer bait for this tactic are mullet strips. And they're really accessible during the fall, of course, with the fall mullet run. And they're really, really, really easy to rig. Let me show you how.
Rigging Station, presented by Diamond Fishing Products, makers of the finest monofilament and braided fishing line in the world.
Hey guys, check it out. We're going to show you how to rig an awesome strip bait out of a mullet here in just a few simple steps. We're going to start with an 8 to 10 inch mullet, nice and fresh. This bait is perfect and ready to be cut. The first thing we're going to do is just fillet the one side of the mullet. You can see we're using just a thin razor sharp blade. That's really important. It's also really important that you keep that tail intact, just like that. That's going to give that strip bait lots of action in the water, and it's going to look really natural. The next step is to trim that fillet. We want it to be symmetrical. We don't want it to twist or spin. So we're gonna trim just the sides here and just cut off this excess flesh here. Any little finlets that are sticking out, we're gonna trim off. You can see again, we just wanna put in the extra effort to make sure that that fillet and that strip bait is nice and streamlined. It'll really help it track through the water just perfectly. And all of these little pieces really make a difference. The next thing is trying to cut off some of that excess flesh. You can see there's a little bit too much meat on there, so using this razor sharp knife, we'll just kind of trim away the meat, being really careful not to cut through the fillet. And we'll just peel that off just like that, kind of flatten it out a little bit. Okay, looks like I just need to trim a little bit more up in the corner here because I want it to track nice and smoothly through the water. I don't want that bait to spin. That's really, really important. So I'm just going to trim off those corners just to make it a little bit more streamlined. And once I do that, I'll tell you what, this fillet, this strip bait's pretty much ready to rig. It's really that simple. It's not that challenging. I'm going to figure out exactly where my 7/0 long shank hook is going to exit the bait. I'm going to pierce it right through that fillet, directly in the center of the fillet. Again, that's really important to prevent that bait from spinning. I'll poke a little hole in the top. I've got a little piece of excess wire right where I put my hook on with the haywire twist. That's going to hold that strip bait right on the line. I'm going to slide a little islander or a little skirt down over top of the mullet strip, and boom, I am ready to go. You can pull that anywhere in the spread and you're going to catch fish. Truthfully, regardless of how well prepared you are, regardless of how good your connections are, nobody lands every kingfish. Bait sliced in half, short strikes, cutoffs, pulled hooks, you better learn to live with them because they're all part of king mackerel fishing. Really, the only thing that we can do is stack the odds in our favor by doing everything that we can to avoid tackle failure and to avoid angler failure. But at the end of the day, you're gonna lose some fish. Nice king.
You see it? What is it? That is a good king.
Kingosaurus.
That's a good one, dude. Oh, gone? Really? Oh.
Are you ready to get hooked up? Florida Sport Fishing is the #1 resource for the latest tips, tricks, tactics, and techniques for inshore and offshore. Each issue is jam-packed with useful articles, easy-to-follow illustrations, and award-winning photography. Only $30 for 2 years. For immediate home delivery, visit floridasportfishing.com/TV. Subscribe today and receive a free shirt and Florida Sport Fishing Hoorag.
Introducing the Bubba Blade 9-inch tapered flex fillet knife.
Right through the bones it goes.
The 9-inch tapered flex combines the power of the 9-inch flex and the flexibility of the 7-inch tapered flex into one ultimate fillet knife.
This is the 9-inch tapered flex. Still comes with the patented Bubba Blade handle. Quick cut, look at that, one slice. See the flex on that blade? Look at that. Just like that.
Go to bubbablade.com now and order your 9-inch tapered flex today.
What if navigating was as simple as touch and go? It is that simple. The world's first multi-touch MFD chart plotter, Navnet TZ Touch.
Florida Sport Fishing has been proudly presented by Fishity, the maps to plan, the tools to catch, the option to brag. Tropic Trailer, Florida's largest dealer, has the right trailer at the right price. Rugged Shark, technical footwear designed for angling and boating enthusiasts. Frigid Rigid, from 35 to 300 quarts, the finest coolers and freezers on the water. Salt Life, ask for them by name and see what you've been missing.
Nice. There he is. You saw that? You saw that, right? You saw how fast that was? It was like the blink of an eye. Boom. Just another fish that ate a live pilchard off one of our kite baits. When specifically targeting kings, water depth, color, and clarity all play a big role. Depending on many factors, including water temperature and the presence of forage, hunting packs of king mackerel may be roaming emerald green waters near shore in 30 to 50 feet, or miles off the beach on the darker side of a color change in almost 200 feet of water. One popular debate is proper drag settings, with many professional kingfish crews recommending a light drag in the hopes of avoiding pulled hooks, while other teams take a different approach altogether and fight them fast and hard in an attempt to boat the fish as quickly as possible. While mackerel flesh is typically oily and often shunned by grouper lovers, grilled kingfish steaks are quite popular, and smoked king mackerel is the primary ingredient in most of the fish dips sold around the state. In any case, keep any kings destined for the dinner table well iced, and prepare whatever you intend to eat fresh. Looks like a nice king. Oh yeah, baby, smoke it!
Love it. It is fun on those
it really
light rods.
is. You know, again, you can't be anxious, you know what I mean?
That is it, that's the deal.
Because, you know, you feel like you're pushing the tackle right to the limits, And if you just give it a little too much, boom, something's gonna fail. You know, if it's that light wire, we're fishing those small little VMC live bait hooks, you know, small stuff. This is the most critical point in a battle when you don't have a lot of line out, because the more line you have out, the more stretch that you have, and the more give and leeway. That's why 90% of the fish are lost right next to the boat, because you just don't have that give.
Well, and what you're doing too, every time the fish is diving next to the boat, tipping that rod down.
That's right, exactly.
That's
leaning
keeping
down.
the line away from the boat.
Yep.
I mean, that's
there you
also
go. There you go.
too. Small hook right in the corner.
Look at
Love
that.
it.
That's a king mackerel right there, baby. Do this with my pliers. I don't want to get chomped.
Nasty, Pete.
Look at that, just doop. A little bit of slack, and it's over.
It's a good fish. Nice tournament fish.
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
Just can't get over how beautiful they are. One of the most popular, if not the most popular, saltwater fish in the entire state of Florida. Caught around the entire state, inshore, offshore, you know, anywhere from 40, 50 feet on out to 240, 50 feet.
It's like a high-speed submarine with teeth,
it really is.
man.
Dude, look at that, it's like a missile, you know, and that's what it does. It just rockets through the water like a missile. Thing is incredible. Florida's famous for so many different fish, but I'll tell you what, when it comes to king mackerel, I don't know if there's any other species that's targeted by so many different anglers and so many different types and size boats, utilizing such a wide array of tackle and techniques. Really, when it comes down to it, king mackerel are everyone's game fish. We'll see you next week.
To learn more about the tactics and techniques seen on today's show, and to subscribe to Florida Sport Fishing Magazine, visit floridasportfishing.com and get hooked up.